I want you to listen to this incredibly powerful speech that Gavin Newsom just gave about Trump.
He's a failed president. Who else sends ICE? Same time, having a conversation like this. Someone who's weak. Someone who's broken. Someone whose weakness is masquerading as strength. The most unpopular president in modern history. An economy that's collapsing all around him. You saw the new wholesale prices going up almost a full percentage point today. Inflation is going up.
But then he doesn't end there. He tells us all how dangerous Donald Trump is.
And here we are in open and plain sight before one vote is cast in the 2026 midterm election. And here he is once again trying to rig the system. He doesn't play by a different set of rules. He doesn't believe in the rules.
Newsom clearly has the right strategy. Listen to what he says.
We have got to recognize the cards that have been dealt. And we have got to meet fire with fire. And we've got to be held.
Newsom.
Wake up, America. This is a serious moment.
You Trump supporters, y'all really have messed up now. Governor Gavin Newsom, he's not playing around anymore. Start with Gavin Newsom making it real clear to Donald Trump. He shouldn't want to mess with California.
I know they say don't mess with Texas. Well, don't mess with the great Golden State.
Then he explains to Donald Trump why he's doing this.
We're here because Donald Trump, on January 6th, tried to light democracy on fire, tried to wreck this country, tried to steal an election, as Alex just said, by trying to dial in for 11, almost 12,000 votes. And here we are in open and plain sight before one vote is cast in the 2026 midterm election. And here he is once again trying to rig the system. He doesn't play by a different set of rules. He doesn't believe in the rules. We have got to recognize the cards that have been dealt. And we have got to meet fire with fire.
He then encourages other blue states to do the right thing and stand up.
We need to stand up, not just California. Other blue states need to stand up. We need to be firm in our resolve.
And just to make sure everything is on the up and up, he actually says he's doing this in the spirit of transparency and with the support of the voters.
We're working through a very transparent, temporary, and public process. We're putting the maps on the ballot, and we're giving the power to the people. This will be the first redistricting that's ever done that.
And he makes it clear, this will make sure Donald Trump loses the midterms.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides, because they know what Donald Trump knows. He's going to lose the midterms. He knows de facto his presidency ends in 17 months when Speaker Jeffries is back in office.
And then he tosses a question out there to everyone asking, why would Donald Trump be so hell-bent on rigging the system? And the answers, you know what it is.
Why else? Why else would you try to rig the system? Why else would you make the phone call? He's a failed president.
And then Gavin wraps it all up by saying he's giving power back to the people.
Who else sends ICE? Same time, having a conversation like this. Someone who's weak. Someone who's broken. Someone whose weakness is masquerading as strength. The most unpopular president in modern history. An economy that's collapsing all around him. You saw the new wholesale prices going up almost a full percentage point today. Inflation is going up. Job creation is going down. He's trying to rewrite history, Smithsonian, censoring historical facts. And in the spirit of what Adam Schiff said, he's trying to put America in reverse on voting rights, civil rights, LGBTQ rights, on women's rights. He wants to bring us back to a pre-1960s world. That's what this is all about. It's about power. And I want to end on this. And we are about to give power back to the people.
W. Gavin Newsom. I stand with Governor Gavin Newsom, and you should too.
Fucking Newsom did it again. God damn it. Listen, I'm just saying, if you fucking meet a war criminal, get literally nothing done or accomplished, and then one of your biggest rivals said you look like you just ate 3 fucking buckets of KFC, you gotta hang it up, Trump. 3 buckets of KFC. Nobody knows KFC like me, because I'm a big old chicken. But seriously, the motherfucker couldn't walk in a straight line, and then he rolled out the red carpet for Vladimir Putin, and then was clapping for him like a fucking cheerleader? Trump is such a fucking beta cuck.
Donald Trump's worst nightmare just came true as Gavin Newsom has made it official. He is going all in with redistricting. Now, as you know, Donald Trump went to Texas and asked them to find him 5 additional congressional seats, and they complied. And Gavin Newsom said, back off or I'm going to respond, and here we are. Now, not only is Gavin Newsom putting forth redistricting maps that will match Texas, but they'll also outdo Texas. Now, it needs to be clear. This is going to a vote to the people of California on November 4th. So mobilization between now and then has to be all in because this is a vital vote. But this is why this is horrible news for Donald Trump. Because if Democrats take back the majority in the House, all congressional investigations will be in the hands of the Democrats. All the committees in the hands of the Democrats. So all of Donald Trump's distractions stop, and the investigations into any files that the people want to see will be all in. This is an absolutely important election this November. Buckle up.
Let's talk about Gavin Newsom and his social media team. They're basically hitting back at Trump by taking his tweets that Trump does and then having Gavinize them. And they're fantastic. And you know it's aggravating Trump. And here's the thing. We need more governors and more people to speak up. I mean, Newsom did a press conference about how they're going to redistrict. Now, everyone's saying, well, they shouldn't do that. Well, Texas shouldn't do that. What Texas is doing is Donald Trump said do redistricting, which would give them 5 more seats. And they went along with them, which is totally against the rules. You're supposed to do it every 10 years when you do census. So I think it's fantastic what he's doing. So Trump sent his armed goon squad, his ICE, his SS militia, which he's basically using as his private thug army, to go and harass people. So more and more governors need to follow Newsom's lead, and I think he's doing a wonderful job mocking the fat orange pig known as Donald Trump. What do you think?
Gavin Newsom, I am impressed. Thank you for standing up to that schoolyard bully. We have been waiting for a Democrat leader to do what you're doing. They all could be doing it, but they're too busy hiding behind their mama's skirts. Thank you for standing up, making him look like the fool he is and the uneducated man that he is. I wish you the best, Gavin. I look forward to your daily tweets, your press conferences. I live in rural America, and you have given me more hope in the last week than anybody has in the last 2 years. Keep it up, buddy. I will support you till the end. And from all of us, thank you for taking on that bully.
I think we've all known for a while that Gavin Newsom's playing the long game here, but man, did I was not prepared for how hard he was going to play the game. The way he has just decided to match Trump's energy and like his tweet style is just perfect, and you know it pisses Trump off. You know it gets right under his skin, and I love it. I love it so much. Now I'm not going to come out here and fangirl about Gavin Newsom or anything because he's a public servant. We don't fucking do that, but also, you know, unless you're living under a rock, you know, like Gavin Newsom's not like 100% ideal. But I am here for this. This is what Trump needs. This is what people and Democrats need to do against the Trump administration. No more like politics as usual. No more. No more. And Gavin Newsom gets it. The guy is savvy to this whole thing in a way that most Democrats have just, I don't know, checked out at this point. And the guy's going to run for president, like, right? Like, I think it's coming. He's going to run for president. We see the groundwork being laid here, right? This pushback against Trump. He's the one who's going to do it. And again, no, he's not ideal. No, we can list up the fucking complaints about Gavin Newsom. Absolutely. But I am also not going to be one of those people on the left that's going to play the purity test game. As long as you are checking the boxes and the enemy of my enemy cannot be my ideal candidate and still be the guy. Yeah, I don't know. I am here for anyone actually pushing back and getting under Trump's skin in a tangible way that's also effective.
I am living on Gavin Newsom's page right now. I am living on that page. Every hour and the hour, Gavin and his press office is posting something about Donald Trump, and you could clearly see they are trying to get under his nerves. He posted this probably an hour ago, and he is even saying that tomorrow Trump has to meet Putin. Nobody cares. That's funny. And you could tell he is really trying to aggravate Trump's nerve. Whatever Gavin is doing, I appreciate that, because it didn't seem like anybody was even trying to do anything from the Democratic Party. So Gavin, you have my support. Keep it going and stay on his neck. Stay on his neck, that orange man.
When we see what's going on a daily basis in America, we need to look no further than The Lion King to understand what's going on and how we get out of it. Scar set up Mufasa. Scar became the king. Scar drove the jungle into a period of depression, darkness. Everybody was starving. All you had left were these annoying hyenas that were just desperately trying to seek attention of Scar, aka the Red Hats. But what Scar did not realize is that Simba was still alive. Simba was maturing. Simba was preparing with the help of Pumbaa and Simone and the monkey. And when the time came, Simba took on Scar, and Simba won. And then Simba was able to build back a better jungle, a stronger jungle. And they had to go through this period of darkness, depression, to make it out stronger on the other side. That's exactly what's going on right now. The question is, who is our Simba? I know I look a lot like Simba, and I will be your Simba if you want. But who I really think Simba is Gavin Newsom. Because Gavin is standing up to Trump at every corner and winning. He has the experience, the knowledge, and he's not afraid. It's just a matter of time. The question is, Simba, are you ready?
Here's what I think what Gavin Newsom is doing is the perfect tactic. He is holding up a mirror, and he is showing them, by doing those tweets in his exact fashion and speaking about people the way that exactly mimics, like it's very purposely taking like actual things he said and is flipping it, just putting a mirror up to it. The other side does not like to have their delusion exposed to them. They don't like to see that what they've been doing has caused harm, has been inappropriate, has been anything other than tough and strong and owning the libs and all these things. But now you put them in a position where they need to criticize what he's doing, but every criticism is like, okay, then what? This is where he did the exact same thing, and it was crickets, right? You never criticized him once for this behavior. You thought it was great. He was owning the libs. He was being a tough guy. You praise him for this behavior, and now all of a sudden you want to criticize Newsom for this? Gavin Christopher Newsom, like, good luck. You can't. You don't have a leg to stand. They've completely removed the argument. Any complaint or argument they have is like, okay, what about that guy? He does it all day, every day, from his toilet for like 2 hours at a time. You have no issues with that. You think that's great. You praise it. But now you have the exact same thing coming at you, dealing with what we've been dealing with for over 10 years. Longer than that, if people have been paying attention to him. He's been doing this as long as he's been able to put information out there into the world. And it's been okay. You guys loved it. You thrived in it. You praised it. You voted for it 3 times. It's the best thing. They don't want their delusion exposed to them. They don't want to be confronted with their bad behavior ever. And this is putting them in that position. And the fact that no one's done this and the Dems have been so decorum and we're just going to keep doing things the way we've done it because we're just so above it all, like that just makes you look weak. That makes you look like you're getting owned. You are definitely, they are owning the libs. Like that is showing that you're being owned when you just follow along and pretend like strongly worded speeches, things that might have worked 20 years ago are going to work in this environment. It just shows how out of touch and delusional they are. And they deserve the ridicule, right? They're being pathetic. They look pathetic. They are not strong. They are not standing for anything. They don't actually believe in anything. They're just going to be up there like, That's why what Gavin Christopher Newsom is doing is so genius and the right tactic. And I don't mind that he waited so long to do it. I think it needed to be later. It needed to be, at the beginning it would have been annoying. I think the timing of it is actually pretty good. Because you're seeing his panic and his weakness starting to show. And it's like, that's when you pounce, right? And more people need to start doing it now. We need to start piling on. Because he's literally trying to start a race war with all of this moving into black-run cities talk. He's trying to start a race war to make everybody forget that he is the Epstein files, right? He was part of the organization, not just a client. He's trying so hard to avoid that. He's actually trying to start a race war. That's like beyond panicking, right? Like the blood is in the water. The blood is in the water. And now it just needs to be a feeding frenzy. It's time.
If you did not see Gavin Newsom and Adam Schiff's, if you did not see and Alex Padilla was there too, in California, the press conference in Los Angeles, you need to go find it. It's on Twitter, it's on Blue Sky, and probably on YouTube too, but Gavin Newsom posted it on all his social feeds, and I watched it live. It was really something. They're going to have what's being called the Election Rigging Response Act, where they ask the voters for a short period of time to help offset what MAGA Republicans are trying to do here in Texas, which is rig the House so that they can't lose it, or make it, they hope it will make it so they can't lose it. I don't think it's going to work. So Gavin Newsom's going to take it to the voters in November and say, hey, between now and the next actual census, we're going to redistrict, and in the meantime, appoint what would be an independent board, a redistricting board, and he's challenging the rest of the country to do the same thing, and this is what should be done. It should not be Republicans or Democrats or Libertarians or blah, blah, blah. It should be an independent board that looks at what's best for each district and determines where those district lines will be drawn, so that you don't wind up with, as we were discussing in my video yesterday here in Texas, my exclusive interview with Colin Allred, you don't wind up living in Austin with a district seat, an office that's 335 miles away. Here, that's still in Texas, that's Midland, Odessa, but in other states, you wouldn't even be in the state anymore. I mentioned that it's like if you lived in New York and you had to go to Cleveland or Pittsburgh, it's the same distance. So that was really great. I invite you to go see it. If you're not aware, as I was not until last night, that there are thousands of people doing a 24/7 protest in Los Angeles against these illegal, immoral, and unconstitutional ICE raids, look it up on TikTok. It's under LA Music Festival 2025. The news is not talking about this, and you should see it because it's fantastic. I love what Gavin Newsom and what the people of California are doing. Meanwhile, tomorrow Trump and Putin are going to meet, and Trump isn't sure if it's in Russia or Alaska. I believe it's in Alaska. That's what's being said. I'm not sure. It's kind of like when Trump said Obama wasn't born in America. I was like, I don't know if he doesn't know that Hawaii's a state. Now I'm not sure if he knows Alaska's a state. I hope he doesn't give away Alaska while he's meeting with Putin. And he seems to think that they're going to resolve the war on Friday. Well, yeah, but I think his idea of resolving the war is for Ukraine to give up, and Putin will agree to that. But if Ukraine does not give up, and President Volodymyr Zelensky is not going to be in the meeting, I can tell you Ukraine is not going to give up and let Russia occupy most of their country. So nothing's getting resolved. And Trump says there will be stiff penalties. When he was questioned in the press conference about what those penalties would be, he said, I'm not going to tell you, which, as we all know, means he doesn't know, and probably none. Meanwhile, we got inflation data, 3.1%. It's coming in hot, which means the Fed is extremely unlikely to lower interest rates anytime soon. And finally, because I don't want to ever forget the 1,000 victims of Trump, Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell, Trump said in a press conference that actually it was White House Barbie, Caroline Lyon Levitt, that Donald Trump wants any credible evidence to be released. Well, we know where the credible evidence is. It was on Pam Bondi's desk earlier this year, she told us. And the reason it's not being released is because they don't want the president to look like, well, I mean, he already looks like one, but they don't want the media and us to have confirmed proof that he is a pedophile. I think them covering up for it is proof enough. If you missed my exclusive interview with Colin Allred, running for Senate here in Texas, I'm going to post the link again today in comments. As always, thanks for watching.